to the Real Estate and Chill Podcast, the newest and coolest podcast. So tune in. Two experts discussing the real estate market. Loan officer James Chaudhry and associate real estate broker Kevin Iglesias. Beware, this is not another boring podcast. This right here is the shit you need to hear. Respectfully.
Welcome back to the newest episode of the Real Estate and Chill Podcast. I'm your host, James Chaudhry from United Mortgage, here with
Kevin Iglesias, associate broker with Realty Connect. Today in the building is a very special episode. All the way from the Hamptons. They just left the beach. Oh my gosh, I think there's Ferraris and Lamborghinis outside. In the building, we have two Netflix stars.
JB Andreassi. Did I say it right?
You did. You
Thank
nailed
God.
it.
And Michael Fulfree.
Let's go.
Thank you.
$1 Million Beach House is in the building.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Wow.
Whoa, that's so much fun.
You won.
Oh, jeez. Oh, man.
Yeah, thanks for having us, guys.
Of course,
Appreciate you guys being
We'll
here.
reimburse you for those confetti blasters.
We know you guys are super busy, so we appreciate you guys, taking the time out to come do the show with us. Feel free to introduce yourself, let us know what you're about, where you're from.
Yeah.
How about I introduce you, you introduce me.
That could be deadly. Let's do it.
So, to my left, Michael Fulfree, hailing from Center Reach, Long Island, but he touts the Hamptons now. And this big 6'3", 250-pound ex-model
6'5"?
is now a killer in real estate, but he's my best buddy. So, it's cool to be able to do this whole experience on Netflix together.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
absolutely. So, JB Andreassi sitting to the right of me, and he hails from Southampton, but we actually went to school in Huntington, so we went to private school, and that's where we met at 15 years old, and we ended up reconvening together later on in life and having a real estate show on fucking Netflix.
Crazy.
So,
Big.
Yeah.
pretty
$1 Million
crazy.
Beach House.
Million
You guys
dollar
seen
beach
it?
house.
I have seen it, but I have some bad news. We have this fucking dude sitting on a chandelier right behind us.
Yo, what the heck? Where's our logo?
What is going on?
Bro, what is...
Yo,
I was looking at it. I saw Lou. I was like, wait, where's
Is that Kim Jong-un?
what the heck?
is?
I just
I just
noticed that. I was like,
realized that
wait,
our
now we have to
logo's not in the
reshoot this
back.
whole thing. So,
We know you
know
don't
it
step
works.
into a building that's not even like $1 million plus, so.
No. That's low market shit.
Peasants.
Yeah, just coming out here out west, it was kind of interesting how different things are out here. There's so many like stores right next to each other, and big stores too, which like I love. Like where we live now, like now that I came out to the East End, it's like so different. Everything is just like, it's not commercialized. And then you come out here, I feel like I'm in New York City, but it's like Suffolk County. Like
It is a different world, but what's nice is up here, you don't have to spend $15 on a sandwich. Like
know.
every day we get crushed. $6 iced coffees, $15 sandwiches, slice of pizza is $4 or $5. It's like, give me a break. Kind of wears on you after a while. But we love the Hamptons.
Yeah,
we take the good. We take the bad with the good.
But you know what I feel like? You know what? Good for the rest of the country. Now you're dealing with the inflation that we've dealt with our entire lives.
it's coming.
Okay.
It's still coming.
So that $15 sandwich is coming to a town near you. So just if this keeps on going the way it is, so just be ready for that, because it's definitely happening in all markets. We're seeing a lot of change.
We're all screwed, but
Yeah.
it's all right. I mean, we get a little taste of what you guys deal with every single day. But you guys have done some amazing things. Like, you guys have come from being Hamptons realtors to now being Netflix celebrities, and like, how's that been like? I saw the show right away, right when it came out. I saw an ad for it. I was like, all right, realtors in Long Island, in the Hamptons. This is my mark. I need to watch this. So I watched it. I loved the whole entire show.
You must have DM'd you like 1 million times. You just ignored.
No, it goes into another It's not our
He was in
fault.
the comments. Hey, follow me.
Here's the thing.
It gets lost.
No, and it's not even our fault. It's like, just because it's such a wide-ranging platform, right? Netflix it's across the world, so we get messages from boy, girl, 70-year-old
Boy, girls.
man that's seen the show in China, and not China. China was no, but like
We're restricted in China.
England,
There isn't even
South
Netflix.
America. So like, you gotta imagine we're getting all these messages and people friend requests, and our friends who like we just meet sometimes will be like, hey, just followed you on Instagram. Why aren't you following us back? But it's just because it gets like
Lost
sorta
in the sauce.
So
True.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy how you go from just we're normal guys, as you can see, and now we go out to dinner. Sometimes we get recognized, whether it's in Manhattan or Brooklyn or out in the Hamptons. It's pretty cool. It's cool, but it's one of those things that you want to take and you want to sort of maximize what you do with it, right? Like whether it's helping people or giving back. I think that's our biggest thing is like we want to make it so we can give back and help people.
Talking about giving back, we got a $10,000 basketball charity
Heard about
event.
this.
Yeah.
I heard about this.
Benefiting St. Jude's Children's Hospital, which is going to a good cause.
That's
so if you guys
awesome,
are not
man.
busy, October 27th.
What day of the week is that?
That's
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
I'm excited to watch because I know some of the players that are involved in this, and you guys are all like 5'5". So
I'm not 5'5". Yo, I'm the tallest person on the court. Yo, Lou Soria. Wait, hold
the
on.
Indian guy is the tallest person on the court.
Yo, feed the big man.
We also got on my team. We got the person. Shout out to Mr. Lou
shout out to
Soriano.
Lou
Wait, you wanna
Soriano.
come on camera first?
Louis,
Mr. CFP. Mr. CFP in the
famous.
building.
Yeah.
My man. Yo,
He's also a booking manager.
You're gonna see us in the paint on October 27th. He doesn't know what's coming to him. Me and Lou, we've been putting in that work, so
I'm excited to see
They're going to
it.
be in the paint because they're tired.
They're
winded.
Good one. Yo, but big shout out to Lou for making this happen and
Yeah,
putting
shout
us
out
all
to
in
Lou, man.
contact
Yeah.
with each other.
Thank you, Lou,
So
for
Thank
putting
you.
us together and
Yeah,
coordinating.
thanks. It all started with a little backyard party. You know?
yeah, I was actually at that party.
You were there?
I saw you guys, but
Yeah,
I literally went there for like an hour, and you guys were like, I was gonna say what's up to you guys, but you
Lost
guys
the
were like,
sauce. Yeah,
you guys were
we're-
talking. Everyone was like coming up to you guys. I was like waiting for my turn. I was like, let me see if they have like a second. I was like, I'll go say what's up. Everyone's just swarming you guys, so I was like, all right, I guess I
No,
can.
it was
No,
super
you could
cool to see like normal real estate agents, just like ourselves, even though we have this platform, that like at least they're nice about it, and they're not like haters or anything.
Yeah.
Every single real estate agent that I met, they're like, especially after they meet us and they see that we're chill and normal, like they have so much admiration. They're like, I can't believe you went through that crap because it's not easy. Our job's is really tough already, and then to be filmed during it. And especially the next season that you guys are going to see, I go through a lot of tough times this year because I was a buyer's agent. So, like, you see the raw side of it, and it's our show is as real as it gets. Like I put on a post, like, we put the real in real estate. Like, we really do. Like, we're not here to, like, play a game or anything because a lot of real estate agents, they can smell bullshit, like, really quick.
100%.
A lot of these shows you see out there, bro, like, it's like, oh, they saw a house first, second. They get a random call when they're out to dinner somehow, right when they're at dinner when they're filming. And it's like, oh, accepted, done. And like all this craziness, but like they don't show the real side of it. So I just love that this show really is kind of breaking barriers. And that's why I think it did so well on Netflix and on the platform. We're number one for like a month and a half straight. It was ridiculous.
The show was entertaining. I'm not gonna lie, like the show was entertaining. Like it was like one of those shows where it's just like, all right, I need to watch the next episode, but I also need to go to sleep because it's like 2:00. Yeah. But like I still need to watch the next episode. It's like one of those shows, which I love.
You couldn't sacrifice 21 minutes for
No,
me?
I mean I did. Yo, I watched the whole season in like 2 days. Like I watched like the whole thing like right away.
Yeah, I mean, our show can literally be put on like the YouTube ads and like you can watch the whole episode. That's how short they are. But this year it's going to be longer, more episodes. It's going to be a lot different. So
Is there anything exclusive that you can give us? Not sharing too much? Breaching your contract?
Come on, you could drop
I'm trying to
something.
think of what would be noteworthy.
I'm gonna protect you and I'll speak for this one.
Yeah. Protect me, go ahead.
No. I'm pretty much, let's just say this year is way different. Like you're going to see deals getting done, like real deals getting done on camera. So that's kind of cool. Like really happening, of course, with our jobs and, when things actually happen at completely unconventional times, it was very stressful to make sure that you can coordinate everything to kind of work out with like the real life of it, getting the call at 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah,
like, hey,
that's a good point too. Like a lot of people think that what was shown is just predominantly that's all our business, but for us in the Hamptons, a lot of the clients we work with, they're private. They go out to the Hamptons for an escape. They don't like the TVs, they don't like the cameras, they don't like the lights. So 80% of our day-to-day were people that did not want to be a part of the show. So when we're shooting for a couple months and we're on set and we're doing, we're trying to be focused in, locked in, not to say something stupid, we're getting blown up in our phones like our $3 million clients that are like not part of the show, and they're like, where are you? JB, Mike, like, why aren't you answering me now? You answer me, and you try to explain to them that you're doing the show, and a lot of times they're like, it's great, good for you, we'll support you, but you're not the right fit anymore for us because you're doing something else, and your attention's diverted, right? So it's tough. It's tough to balance the two worlds. But we figure out a ways. We
Does that? Do you think that like from you, like you've already went through a first season, like does that actually happen? Like, do you get like diverted from a class? Because I feel like if they're like just following you around, you could do both. No, like.
No, the truth of it is you do, obviously, you're doing a show that's going to take up your whole summer, and that's our hottest time. It's not like we're from Florida or from L.A. where, summertime is kind of dead time for them or a little bit quieter. Yeah. The Hamptons is the busiest time, so it's like doing a TV show Monday through Friday usually, and sometimes going into the weekends on top of dealing with your clients. It's a lot. But honestly, I think we balanced it a lot better this year than we did our first season, because the first season, like, I've never been on a show, he's never been on a show, and so it's like the weirdest thing going through it. But now that we know what's up, like, we know how we can schedule our clients and make sure that we service everybody at the same time and still be able to do our careers. But trust me, we hear it all the time from our clients, like, oh, superstar not answering. Oh, movie star. But they're laughing at it, they're joking around.
But the other thing is too, we just went through a pandemic, so our business, as you know, Kev, was just like the volume that we saw over the last 12 to 18 months, and then doing this show at the same time it was a lot to handle. And I know for a fact my personal relationships took a little bit of a hit from it, because trying to do the show, you're trying to get to all this business that's coming, and it's great, you're making money, but your girlfriend's you're not around for family dinners on Sunday, you're not with your girlfriend all the time, taking her out as much as you should be. So there are sort of advantages and disadvantages to it. I don't know if you felt the same way, but
I mean, dude, I have a kid. You know what I mean?
You
don't.
You got a baby.
So
I do.
It's just like
a puppy's a kid.
Dude, you really have no idea what it's like. Okay, you have a dog, dude.
Dogs take care of themselves.
Are you kidding me? So
that's true.
It's a lot harder for me than him all day long, because just juggling. My wife's got a big career herself, so it's like it's not like I'm the only one that's working. So having a 2-year-old and dealing with everything together has been an absolute mess. I don't sugarcoat anything. I keep it real. It's hard. So it's just like figuring it out is kind of what we're doing, and we're just like kind of shooting blind and just hoping it works. And it goes in the hoop. Hopefully for you boys. I don't know which team needs to win.
He said
Team James. Team James.
No. So, but like for you guys went through it. You're doing this. You have a successful podcast. You're, in your spare time, majority of your time is servicing your clients. Yeah. You're in the banking world. You're in the real estate world. Yeah. Like, how do you guys balance it out? What do you guys do?
Interview switched.
Enlighten us first.
Yeah, right. What the heck?
Answer the question.
I love that though. That's awesome. Go ahead.
So, I mean, we enjoy doing this. Like, we get so many DMs from people saying, "Oh, your podcast inspired me," or "You guys motivated to me, to do this and that." We just have to basically correlate the time. Just make time for it, because it's something that we like to do. Have the professionals on, like Lou, you guys, and just educate and entertain our following, basically.
Yeah.
So. We just started in March, and it just like blew up, right? Because now with this charity game, I mean, everybo's reposting it. Talking about that,
and it's amazing.
Dude, you gotta send me.
I got 2 free tickets.
Oh my god!
Yeah, there we go.
Look at this.
You're the first people to actually get tickets.
Yeah, physical tickets.
$10,000 is no chump change either for a charity.
Yeah, and it's gonna be even more than that. It's gonna be even more than that. 100%.
JB's like, that's what my shoes cost.
The thing is, we're doing we've already raised like $10,000. All proceeds are going towards it. We have raffle baskets. All right, I'm gonna drop a little thing for whoever's watching. When are we airing this, by the way? Are we airing this before the game or after?
No,
this Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully before the game.
Yeah, there you go. So we are gonna have a Magic Johnson signed basketball for one of the raffles, which hopefully will bring a lot of traction as well. And then we're having a bunch of sponsors bring in more stuff. So all the money that we're raising, it's gonna go towards a great cause. This is something that we can do.
Yo, can you dunk? You're pretty tall.
Wait, are you actually 6'5"?
No, dude,
his vertical's about 4.5.
My vert, actually, I go into the ground.
Yo, we should get you guys in the halftime show shooting some hoops.
Should
Dude.
we be there and do that?
I'm not here to like wrestle a bear. Just these guys got Netflix content. They're gonna use us. Yeah. Michael Fulfrey from Netflix is gonna wrestle a bear. This is fucking tropical thunder.
All right, see, this is actually the dramatic. Like this is what I'm talking about. How dramatic you are. We're talking about shooting baskets. You're talking about wrestling.
I know, but I
How
feel
are you
like
comparing the two. It's wild.
I feel like I'm being used.
No, you're not being used.
I'm being used.
No, he is being used.
No.
Look at
It's
what
I'm
it's
just
for.
joking.
Listen to me. I'm totally being used.
No, you're being used.
Dude, I have a feeling with these tickets we're gonna get there, it's gonna be huge open doors and we walk in. We're gonna be like,
Yo, don't spill the beans. Don't
and
spill
we're
the
just
beans.
gonna we're gonna hold our ticket and be like, well,
I guess
I guess I didn't need that.
Yeah. Knowing us too, we get like the time wrong or something. But yeah.
Wait, but
we
you
love
played
to be
sports,
there.
right?
I did. Yeah. Well, both of us did through high school. I played in at Dartmouth.
Awesome.
So D1 AA football. Miss it. My knees still kind of feel it. But yeah, it was man, it feels like a long time ago, 10 years ago. But yeah, it's a pretty good athlete.
You're
were
awesome.
too.
I was good, kind of, and then I was like, I don't want to be fat anymore. So I was like 330 in high school, and
damn.
I lost 160 pounds, probably 150 pounds, and then I got into high fashion modeling. Like, what a weird world. So yeah,
Transition.
I mean, it's a straight pivot, but that like in my life, it's always been like that. Like I dealt certain kind of things, and I just do something that no one would expect, you know. So like, I went from that to like living in Milan. He went to Dartmouth, you know, hanging out with college kids, and I was hanging out with models. So it was a good trade off for me. I just didn't have an Ivy League education, which you know.
You guys got to
Fair.
see this
Get
kid
fun.
on the football field at St. Anthony's. He was. I said 6'3" before. I'm wrong. It was
Yeah,
like
I'm
6'4" and a half. 6'5".
I'm 6'5".
He was 330. So think about this high school kid just literally took up 2
15.
spots on the D line, just like manhandling dudes. It was a sight to see for sure.
Yeah, no.
You were a big boy, man.
Yeah, but then everyone caught up with me and started beating the shit out of me. So then I realized, I was like, yo, I'm done.
If I'm 6'4", 330,
Yeah.
and can't like handle my own out here, I should probably.
As everyone grown up, I was like, shit, okay, then everyone's as big as me. But I was like, at 13, I was gigantic, like absurdly large, like circus, Barnum and Bailey.
Circus freak.
Yeah, like put me in a cage, like, gigantic. So
Which is what they're gonna do at halftime.
anything for charity. Yeah. Smokey the Bear and Michael Fulfrey.
There you go. That's right.
Oh shit,
But that's awesome how you guys, well, crazy backstories. How did you guys like transition into real estate from, you know, what you guys
Yeah,
were
because
doing
you.
then?
How do you go from Center East all the way to the Hamptons?
Yeah,
And
so
then
like
to Milan, and then
so
back.
that was a while ago. My parents moved to Florida like a decade ago. So I grew up there when I was really, really young. And then I pretty much lived like everywhere because I was modeling. So like I would live in Milan for a while, Spain, and then I go back to LA, New York City, Miami. So I would just be a nomad. I'd just go anywhere. A very, very luxurious nomad. I would have hotels.
No kidding.
Yeah, like, it wasn't like tented up or anything, but no, I mean the modeling career was awesome, and then I said like this is not it for me anymore. I want to eat a cheeseburger, like and enjoy my life. So like I love food, and obviously you can tell it's 100.
Me too.
100 pounds gained. You know, I'm not 300 something anymore, but some I'm at like a weight where I can move, but like
No, you still look
the
good.
doctor still goes like, bro, like you know, I'm at I'm comfortable. I'm where I need to be.
So back to the question. I'm gonna get you back on track.
I don't even remember what question I asked.
How'd you
He
get
doesn't even remember.
How'd you get to Southampton? What's the question?
Well, no, it was just so my mother was in the mortgage business for like 25 years, and she worked out in the Hamptons. So it was pretty much a natural transition for me. It's where I always was gonna end up anyway. When my father was in banking, we used to go out there all the time. Literally, we'd go to Star Island Marina for fishing in Montauk like every single week. So it became a natural place for me. So like I knew it was where I was gonna end up. And right now I live like right on the border of West Hampton and East Murriches. So it's perfect. Like I'm 20 minutes away from Southampton, 25 minutes, and I'm close to everything. I don't have to pay millions of dollars for a home. I can live in a big, a nice size lot, a nice little house, and kind of build from there. So that's what I'm doing.
Awesome.
And I'm happy. I mean, it couldn't be any better. I mean, business has been.
It's ironic. So I'm from Southampton. I worked in the city for the NHL, for National Hockey League. And then I needed to change. I needed to shake it up. So I jumped into real estate, but more in the corporate setting. So I worked in Manhattan, worked in DC, came back, was looking to go back into like being closer to home.
Right.
And Michael sort of pitched me on the idea to be a real estate agent. You can develop your dad's building company, take over that. And he's sort of the reason that I ended up coming back to the Hamptons. This is 3 years ago, right when the show was getting going, and he was already on the show. There was an issue with one of the casted people, so there's an open slot. He pitches my name.
Yeah, it was
I'm
a
in front
wrap.
of a camera, giving an interview, sweating, like being mad awkward, and I'm like, dude, maybe this isn't for me. And I was like, but actually, give me one more shot the next time. It's like anything else, you rep it, you get better with it. And luckily, we
Sports
ended
references.
up shooting the show 3 years ago in a down market. 2019 was tough to sell.
So worse.
That's why the first season is a lot of like kind of petty drama when you look back. But again, this season coming out is going to be a lot more real deal making, like $20 million transactions, things like that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
It
crazy.
took it's only taken us 3 years to get there, but it's
Which is honestly, from what I was told when I first got in this business, I was in like this rinky-dink place, like it was so depressing, in this cold like classroom when I was learning. And the first thing the guy said to me, and it stuck out, was like, "You guys, listen to me. 90% of you people in this room will fail and give up within the first year." And I was just like, "Oh shit!" Like, really? And when he said it, I was like, "I just want to be real with everybody here." I'm like, also, if you don't have enough money to live for 2 years without making $1, you should leave right now. And I was like, damn. I'm like, dude, this guy really is making me rethink everything in my life. I'm like thankful I didn't leave that room. 2 people did out of like the 30, not even kidding. They left. The guy offered refunds. He offered refunds. He's like, you can get a refund. And I was like, oh shit, $550 back in my account. But I was like, I ended up doing it, but it's just crazy how like such a small amount of us can make it, and like we all got to give a little, freaking clap to ourselves because we're in this business that is so sharky and competitive, and nobody makes it, and like we're still here.
yeah,
So
and it's volatile. It's like 1 year you'll be doing great, the next year it's a little bit down, and you got to sort of keep it even keeled through those dips and highs and lows, and kind of. But it shows what your character's made of.
yeah, for sure.
What you're all about.
It's a depressing business.
Key takeaway.
I know. I'm looking at. Yeah, dude. I'm looking at the confetti.
He's like,
all
"You guys
like,
serve liquor here?"
No, I know. I'm not saying no. Listen, we're blessed, but like the work, people don't realize like
a lot
the
of work.
that
It's a lot
goes
of work.
into it, like and the stress of like where like your deal and your year could be made like just off a pivot. And we were talking about this off camera, but we're talking about the difference in commissions and like this the craziness of like the rental sale and how much you can make off of it from just like being up island. I don't even know what things rent for up here when like
Do you guys have a rental market up here?
yeah
We do, but it's not. I mean, it's not like 85.
like our lowest is like $30K for a month, and
that's
that's
insane.
luckily if you get something for $1,000 a day.
Lowest. I mean, that's
I mean, you got to ask Lou that. He gets houses in Fire Island.
there you go.
Now I
Lou balling in Fire Island.
Lou is just he's in the pines.
what are those?
Having a great time.
It's nice there, but I've never rented that.
Yeah.
Lou on record.
Explains the
never-
tight pants. Okay, what's going on here?
Too funny. That's right.
So when you guys got into the business, what was one of the craziest like first listings you guys got? It was just like, wow, this is really happening.
Well, can I talk about? I'll start with mine because I, almost got arrested and stuff.
Well, this is gonna be
This
good.
is a good one.
Yeah,
is
so
gonna be good. Go ahead.
my first listing was people are gonna hate me for this. So it was $3 million. It was like 2.995 million.
First listing?
First
$3
listing
million?
ever. $3 million. It was on Old Country Road, Watermill. I won't say the number of the house, but it was a big house. So it sat on the market for like 2 years before I got in the business. I was in the business 3 weeks when I got this listing. So I was like, I need to do something really, really crazy. So I decided to go to New York City and sneak onto the stock exchange. And literally got put in handcuffs because I was giving out my card, giving out things for the house, and doing anything I can. And the cop took me over to the curb, and he goes, "To be honest, bro, I love your hustle." Took me.
PD's like,
Yeah. He's like, love it. He goes, he goes, I love it. He goes, he took off my cuffs and he let me go, and I was like, you know what, I'm going everywhere. So I got kicked out of probably like 30 buildings, and I found this one person, doctor, who loved the house, and they ended up buying it off me. So I got both sides of the deal. Wow. My first deal, and it was one day in the city of just literally getting arrested.
That has to be celebrated. That has to be celebrated.
Being put in handcuffs to selling and making a $6 figure commission was absolutely fucking bonkers.
I guess that wasn't that dude that said like just leave if you don't have your first or 2 years down, whatever it was. proved him wrong right away. So
No, I know. And to be honest, being new in the business and being able to do that after it sat on the market for so long, like it made me realize, like,
achievement.
I got this. And then for 7 months, I didn't sell one house. For 7 months,
You went cold for after that.
I went cold for 7 straight months because the market was so tough when I first started. Like, it was so tough. And it's not that I got lucky at, because that's not luck.
That's not
luck. That's hustling
That's
and doing
hustle, yeah.
weird, crazy.
I don't think anybody can call that lucky. Like what you did for that and how you even got that, that's not
I mean,
lucky.
what do you do now? I'm so curious.
What do you mean?
Like for a listing.
So like listing wise, like he's more of like those crazy $20 million properties. I have an 18 million that I'm bringing up soon. So that's really, it's very high. I know people are like 18 million. It's a lot, but of course I would love those $50 million subdivisions, crazy things, but it's a huge number, and I hope it goes well. But pretty much everything that I do is around that $4 to $8 million mark. That's kind of my sweet spot, and then really the $2 million are what pays the bills. I know that sounds crazy, but that's the quick transaction houses. It's at $2 million mark. It's a really hot market right now.
Really?
There's not much under $2 million.
How long does it stay on the market? Like, how quickly does it get on the contract?
Oh God! I mean, if
ones,
it's
the
priced
twos-
right,
Yeah, the ones, the twos
Days?
right now, I mean, days.
Yeah.
But you got to understand, so the typical time for a listing in the Hamptons to sell, it's usually on the market for 8 to 10 months. It's not like here.
Yeah,
So it's
like a
that's
year.
right? So like days or weeks for us is like overnight, essentially, compared to you
Damn,
guys.
That's so,
You
that's,
know?
that's a long time. Yeah, here's like 30 days or less.
Yeah.
Yo, so how do I get my license?
you
in-
matter.
Yeah.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, audience questions for
yeah.
sure.
Our booking manager has a question.
Yeah, he's a talent agent.
Talent agent, talent scout. Something.
Yo, Lou is the
Yeah.
third host of the real estate show.
And also the power forward.
You got to come to the game. He's going to be tackling people and getting confused.
Is it easier at being on the show? Did it make it easy? Does it make it easier or harder to get listings? Because in that market, I would think some people might feel like, hey, you know what? You bring too much attention, and in your market, that's
But attention is good.
For him, easier. For me,
not
harder.
For everybody, right?
No, I wouldn't say. That's a great question. First of all, I think personally, to get buyers, it's a bit easier because you're so easily recognizable. It's sort of the buying process a little bit more behind the scenes than, say, a seller who has to list their home with us and then our brokerage. Right. I found that it's made it more challenging on the selling side. On the selling side of things, you're right.
Really?
Like these are our clients are
Really?
people buying or owning second, third, fourth homes out there. Billionaire dudes, guys, hedge fund guys that don't want their name out there. They go to the Hamptons to seek something different than what the
Privacy.
city offers. They want private,
Getaway.
a getaway, like have all these amenities in their home so they don't have to go out and do anything. And
They leave
just
to
stay
Fire
right there.
Island. Just
So, so it's so the show doesn't exactly resonate with those types of people, which it's challenging. And when your CEO and boss thinks that it's TV, it's Netflix, anyone's gonna want to do it. Not exactly the case in the Hamptons. Maybe in Manhattan, maybe in LA, maybe in Miami. Hampton's a little bit different than those places.
Yeah, it's always known. I'm sorry to cut you off, but it's just known as that private place. Like, they have the Georgia Association. They have roads that are private, that literally there's security guards in front of the roads. They're public roads, but they're private. It's just, there's no place like the Hamptons for that kind of, quiet discreetness that, like, you get other places. So when we come into town and we have a reality TV show, I mean, let's just say that shit's put out the window. And, you're spending the premium for a reason. So, to have that, because that's why it's so weird coming out here. And that's the exact reason, is because the Hamptons is so, like, not commercialized, so hometownish and quiet. There's so much farmland. You come out here, I mean, everyone's driving like a maniac, and it's only like 45 minutes out of the Hamptons. But it's crazy. It's just different.
And no, you're right.
that's interesting, because when I seen the show, I was like, oh man, these guys are gonna get so much seller leads. Like, yeah, I want to sell my house. I want to sell my house.
Hell no.
No, you didn't.
Hell
like,
no. Buy a lot
of buyer leads?
I luckily have gotten a lot of great buyers off of it. Yeah, you do have a few sellers that might be, into this kind of industry, but a lot of times you got to prove what the hell are you doing? Like, you know,
It's interesting.
they also can be like, you know, you're on a Netflix show. We don't give a shit. Tell me your last 3 transactions over $20
all they
million.
care about. They care
Yeah.
about track record. They care about experience.
Yeah.
But I will say this: the Instagram following, and I'm not kidding, it kind of ties into social media, digital media, where our marketing world in this career is going. I've sold 2 homes from leads that came through, putting my properties I represent on Instagram and giving them exposure through that, just because of the amount of following I had. I had a 25-year-old kid that followed me on Instagram from watching the show. They see a house I listed for $4 million. He tells his parents that have been looking about
that's
this
insane.
home, and I end up selling it. So like that. So I think over time, once the show, a couple seasons, they get to know us. We have the experience now.
Yeah.
I think it will really translate into more leads and sellers wanting to align with us. But yeah, the first year it was difficult. But I
It's
think
getting
that'll
better.
change. I think that'll change.
It's already gotten better from season 2.
It has. I mean, tremendously.
Even getting the buyers to come on, like the real buyers. You know, I have one guy that, you know, I can't really talk about because until the show comes out, but he, you know, ultra rich man. So it's like, you know, some crazy stuff happens during. No,
Not that rich.
almost.
Not that rich.
Buffett.
No,
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 he's
no.
spry. He's young. He's
Bezos.
young.
Yo, shout out to Lou. I'm glad we got him early. Because a couple seasons later, they'll be like, what podcast?
Yeah, I'd be like, how many views? Bye. No, it's good that you got us. I'm not even kidding. I told him, I'm like, you know what? Like, other than local, we would never like, and we gotta understand there's so many podcasts out there, and even just getting like a few hundred views is a lot. Like, it'll get out there and it'll keep growing, keep happening. But unless you're not like a local podcast or people we know,
Or
like
a
Louis,
friend, yeah, like, we
we're
get
not
asked
doing
all the
this
time
shit.
and
We're
all
not
the
doing
time.
this shit anymore. And I'm not saying that you guys are gonna blow up. I've already seen some previous stuff, and you guys have talent, so it's gonna work out.
It's different too, yeah.
Because there's so many podcasts. It'll be just like process of elimination with real estate. People just fucking run out of money. People are gonna run out of podcasts and money to actually do podcasts, and you guys to be the last one standing because you're quality. There's a difference. And we might, we might come back to you guys. Dude, is that the whole monthly budget?
Don't waste it on us.
All right. We got to clip that, YouTube add that, the whole 9 yards.
Trying to get some AdSense up there. Shit costs money.
Have you guys seen things slow? Are things still crazy for you guys, volume wise?
Yeah, it's insane here.
It's not
It's
slow at all.
ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, for me personally, like, you know, with the show, like, my business has just been building up and up and up. Like, just getting in front of more people, getting in front of more realtors, you know, attorneys, accountants, you name it, right? So, like, my business has been building up. And on top of that, the business is just crazy right now. You know what I mean? So it's like, in these areas like Suffolk, Nassau, Queens, where those 3 areas where I mostly am, like, these people are sending me buyers like right away. Like, I'm getting offers accepted now. I feel like it's calmed down a little bit from where it was like a few months ago. I mean, you be the teller of that, but
it's still a crazy market.
it's
here.
still crazy. But it's like, I'm actually like, my clients are getting offers accepted more now, so it means, you know, more things for me to do. Like, you know, so it's pretty crazy.
The ultra luxury, I think, has definitely slowed down.
So, all right, question.
bit.
I'm glad you brought that up because we had a couple guys here from Certain. Shout out to Sean Island Kit. They do ultra luxury. What do you guys consider? What do you guys
Wait, Sean
McPeak?
Oh, okay. I'm thinking of a different Sean.
What do you guys consider ultra luxury? Is that $1 million or like 2 million and plus?
Ultra luxury,
Yeah.
10 million plus.
10 million plus.
For us, in our markets, 10 million.
Yeah, 10 million plus ultra luxury. Luxury, like, you know,
Which is wild to say.
Which is just
it's
what's
crazy
wild
to say
numbers.
10 million is ultra luxury. It's stupid. It's stupid. The numbers, right?
No,
I
absolutely.
would think like $1 million
than the Hamptons,
is
right?
like used to be $1 million home is like, you know,
A big
for
deal.
For our market, $1 million home is like
A
you
shack.
have to tear it down and it's land.
Damn.
essentially.
I just got a text today that my $1 million property appraised. I was happy. And you guys are like a shack.
But I want to be very clear, and we don't diminish that. It's just
I'm leaving.
to highlight the differences in the market.
The difference in the
Yeah,
area.
it's totally different market.
And you guys are doing more volume than us. We do 10 sales a year, and we're
Yeah, but we got to do like 50, 60 sales to keep up.
Man, I don't know how you guys.
So typically, all right, so that's a good question. Typically, like how volume wise, like how many properties do you have to sell to be like, you know what, I'm good.
could be.
There's no number.
I feel like
There's
that's
no
a
number.
very that's a question that's very unique to a specific person because like numbers could differ from realtor to realtor. Like some people could be happy with this number, some people could be happy with this number. You know, I don't know.
And how do you value a $20 million trade versus $2 million trade? You know what I mean? Like it's so.
It depends on how many people are involved in the Hamptons. It's funny. You'll see these like $40 million sales happen, and there's 8 agents, and you're like, what the fuck?
The whole
It's like, how is everybody on this deal? Like all of like it'll just be like, what?
They'll just say the entire.
Yeah, the entire northeast of.
I don't know if we could put that name out there. We'll bleep that. We'll bleep that name.
It's crazy what it takes. It takes an army sometimes. So it's just,
They're gonna call us like, what the
yeah.
lawsuit?
It was only 35 agents. Don't worry, you guys aren't big enough to fucking. Michael Lorber is not going to call and be like, "Hey, listen,
We have a problem. We have a
Howard.
problem, buddy.
yeah, we have a problem with you."
Well, real quick question. So going back to this show real quick. So how real was it? Like, was everything on the show like actually like real? Like,
Are you guys really best friends?
No. It's I would say about like 90% real, and the 10% of not real, so to speak, is like they will. This is where it comes. They'll like put us all in a room and they'll say we need to hit these topics. Michael's buyer, the guy he was just explaining. We need to talk about him. We need to talk about the event you guys just threw at Duck Pond. We need to talk about
be careful what we
JD's
say, bro.
girlfriend. Those are your 3 topics.
Loosening up too much.
So they give us the 3 things that they need to hit from like their kind of storyline standpoint.
Yeah.
And then they just let us talk. It's not like, so there's no script. It's just like, those are your 3 topics you need to hit today. Talk about it. Go.
And to be honest,
that's the fake part because they're coming up with the topics, but we'd probably talk about them anyway.
well,
right?
they're not topics that are being like made up. They're topics that are
real-
happening,
real-
but we have
real
such
things.
bad ADD that none of us will ever get to it. So like if we didn't have somebody to say, listen, like again, let's talk about what happened that day before, an open house. Like, oh shit, yeah. Because like, we're real estate agents, like we're kind of like live day by day. I don't really think about the past. Like I'm like going forward because it's the only way. It's such a grind. It's so tough anyway. Like you just can't really look back. So at least they help you with that because the toughest part of the whole show and doing a show, and he'll attest to this, is when we do our interviews and we have to talk about shit that happened like over the summer. That was months ago. And like be back into that emotion and that.
Get up for it. And
Yeah.
you see like Ryan Sargent does it the best. If you watch $1 Million Thing,
Yeah,
when
great
he
act.
gives interviews is like, that's what you want to strive for because he gets so emotive and he's so dramatic. Like
it's a different breed.
It's a different breed.
No,
Different
100%,
breed.
yeah.
So like, but it's hard for us when we did that 4 months ago, and it's something that we didn't really even like doing then. You made it, you made us kind of talk about it, and then you have to get up for it. 4
And
months
talk about it
later, you're
again.
like,
Yeah.
it's tough. But
It's hard
Yeah.
to recount for things like in the past and like go through everything. Like, I mean, it is a little bit of acting, I guess. Like because you
from
are
that
on a
standpoint,
Netflix
it is.
show,
From
right?
that
So
standpoint, it is.
Yeah, that's probably the only time when like we have to kind of put something on because and on any show, it has to happen this way. When they do the interviews, they want your reaction for that moment, like you're right there.
Yeah.
And like especially me, like I don't let shit bother me for too long.
Yeah.
So like it's hard to get back into that kind of motion of like being upset again about it because I'm like, dude,
I agree
whatever.
with you 100%.
Because then you realize how petty some shit is sometimes and how lucky you are.
Yeah.
When you're out of the moment and you're
Yeah.
there like 3 months later, it's like, how'd you feel about losing $400,000? It's like, whatever, I'm fucking alive. It's okay. I've done other deals since then. I can get over it. It's just.
What's some of the craziest stories that people have like recognized you and said it? Any like crazy stalkers or like fans?
I'm sure you get
You guys
that.
signing autographs or not?
Oh man.
Well, so autographs are completely over these days. Being 2021, everybody wants a selfie. Nobody gives a shit about your autograph anymore.
Yo, you know what? Yo, sign those tickets. We'll give you 2 new ones.
NFT. Yeah. I mean, no, it's all selfies. So like, he loves getting recognized, and he can say anything. I don't blame you. I hate it.
It just is.
And I love being the center of attention, but the thing is, I do not like being recognized for the show. I start feeling like really weird and like because like you also like I have off days where I'm not like all like Fulfree like you see on TV. Like, he knows me, though. Like, I'm exactly how I am on TV. It's just like, and I'm sure you guys
Get away
can
from me,
tell.
peasant.
You don't want to get up.
No, not peasant. Yeah. It's not. It's like, yo, like, I have to now perform.
You smell broke.
Like, your shoes are mad scuffed. What the fuck away from me? No, it's nothing like that. It's so flattering and so nice. It's just like, it's, I think it's more like consciously in my own head. I think I have to, like, be a certain way, like I was in the show, like, you know, be really uppity and like joking around, which I love to do. I consider myself actually a funny dude. So like,
You're a funny dude. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
I'm thinking about doing stand up and stuff. So like,
That'll be interesting.
I'm kind of going. He doesn't want me to do it.
Why not? You should.
So I have some major people approaching me about it. So it's like, yeah, I have to keep it quiet for now, but like, it's something that I've always loved. Comedy is kind of like my life. It's what I enjoy. It's kind of how I get through shit when things are really tough. Like, you know, I'm the sad clown. You know, you got to get through with humor because that's the only way.
Damn, I was gonna ask you if you want to hear a joke, but now you just told me that.
It's probably gonna suck.
It is.
Like, dude, like, I'm more.
Go ahead, go for it. Go for it. Go for it. Come on to me.
Yeah, dude.
All right. So, what time does a dentist wake up?
These are like dad jokes, I guess.
Tooth hurty.
Oh God.
And that's
credence.
Who loves it?
He's like, no. Is this Lou's joke? Or is no
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's good though, right? Come on.
No, I mean, it's good. Like so, like, there's different kinds of comedy.
Can you top that?
There's good and there's
So
bad.
like, I really want to get more into like the roasting side, and like,
Yeah,
if you come to my show,
love
like,
roasting.
it's not a good idea. Like, cause like that's, I want to be cause like I can roast all day. Like,
too.
I get really bad. So like, so he wants to keep me away from it because like I really don't have a filter, so I have to be careful.
2021, man. Like,
Yeah.
Come on, dude. You're kind of a public figure.
I get it. But like when you go to the Comedy Cellar, right? One of my little hint, Comedy Cellar, one of the best places around for comedy. They make you put your phone in a package, and you have to put it under your seat, so no one's allowed to have their phones out. So I can really do whatever the fuck I want.
Oh, it's like that.
Yeah. So in the Comedy Cellar, a lot of big, because a lot of times you'll have big time comedians come out to shows, and it
They don't
want to
record
real
it.
estate.
Yeah.
They're testing their material before they go on a big tour. So like, I've actually, luckily, since the show and that little blue check mark, I've been able to go to those special events where I can see like Chappelle and some of these guys test their material out on people.
Wow.
Before it goes to Netflix. Like, and it's dope. But like a little nobody like me, luckily that phone will still go away because after me will be like an established comedian, you know, not just some guy that does real estate that thinks he's funny. So, you know, it's definitely interesting. He wants me to stay away from it.
I want you completely away from it, man.
But I follow my passions, bro. There's so many things you want to do too.
Yeah.
We don't
Let's
just
get
want to
through
do
this part of our life, and then you can do that in 5 years when the show's done.
All right, Dad. All right. Tell me, hold me back. He just doesn't believe in me. He just
No,
like,
I do. When you're like 40.
I just want to live my life.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, like my comedy wouldn't be like that. It would be more of just like kind of like life stuff and kind of riffing and just going with it because that's where I'm the funniest. Like not off this. Like,
I would go to that. I would be down.
I
with
do.
that.
I would actually go.
There'd probably be free tickets in the beginning because like, I will not be known. Like it's not like I'm going to be getting anything. So you know, I'll probably have to pay to do my first stand up. But no.
Yo, hold on. I got an idea.
Yeah. I have an idea.
Try it out at the charity game.
I was just gonna say, halftime, bro. I was just
No, it'd be so
Give
bad.
him a mic.
Yo, that's
Give him
so
a mic at the charity game.
You're on my same wavelength.
Yeah.
I
You
might.
heard it here first.
No, that'd be terrible.
Dude, do
I know I would because my first joke would be like.
Boo!
Yo, we got to cut that out.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't even include that.
I watch Hulu.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like I would not be good in that kind of setting. I just like would say something stupid and just not make sense. So, you know, like I don't know what I want to do, but the biggest thing is obviously real estate's amazing, killing it in the business. And, you know, our second season comes out next year, beginning of next year. So watch out for it.
What's the date? Do you have a date?
Can't tell you a date.
Okay.
I've been telling dates.
You haven't? So can we tell dates?
Yeah. I think we
All right, fuck it. You hear it first.
Tentative January
You know,
7th.
yeah, you said it.
2022.
Yeah.
Okay.
January
Okay.
7th.
Tentative. It's
Exclusive.
moved a couple
Prime time.
times.
This is exclusive. This is actually exclusive.
Yeah.
Well, all right, you heard it here first. Yeah, we're milking this.
Not Tim. Like nobody else. Other networks know about this, right? He fucking said
NBC,
it. So
CBS,
fire him.
everybody contact us.
Yeah.
Give us a Netflix deal.
Yeah. So you guys are the first to know about it. So it'll be on HETV this time. So now we've been actually. It's the biggest network for real estate. So I mean, it's going to take us to a whole nother level. Even though we did really well with Netflix, see what happens in the future with that, obviously, but. The biggest thing is getting on the biggest platform for what we do. So it's HETV, Discovery Plus. So it'll stream every week. A new episode will drop, and then it'll go to Discovery Plus's platform. And HBO just bought them, so there's a big synergy with every major network. We're now the biggest streaming service.
Yo, I feel like I shouldn't even be hearing this. Like I feel like that you're just talking something.
We're telling you stuff that should not be talked about. But he said, he says,
cut this. We don't know.
Yeah, we really don't know.
We'll send you the final.
Yeah, I mean,
cut out whatever you want.
Listen to me. I really don't. I mean, care what happens.
I really don't care.
This is raw and unedited, so it goes up.
Yeah, it goes up. Just let it be. I mean, it is what it is. He said the date.
Said it.
I didn't say
Fine.
it. And I can't believe
Season 2, everybody's like, "Where's JB?" Season 3.
Why is Mike talking to nobody? There's
a cutout board. There's a cutout board.
Just crying, sobbing in the corner. Where's my best friend? You know?
Terrible.
You wouldn't make it.
No, I really couldn't make it without him. Us together, I think it allows us to survive in this stuff. It's really stressful. It's a lot, especially just being out in the Hamptons. Like when you're filming, it's not like New York City. It's like, hey, in the Hamptons, it's like, get the fuck away from me. Like, if you're filming, you need to be careful. Like where you film, like everything is just careful, and we have to be very private, and do everything we can for our clients, and it's kind of tough because
the other brokers are
very public.
Brokers out there are like, get away from me.
Really?
Oh yeah, because
yeah, I mean,
for the most part,
depending on the age. If you've been out there for 30 years doing it, and we're kind of impeding on on your territory a little bit, then people get a little bit like, stay away from me. Like I don't get the TV thing, and they've been doing it the same way for so long, and just comfortable in what they're doing. And but you know what? That's okay. We don't need to be friends with all those guys. Like we have our own relationships with people that are real estate brokers outside of our firm that get it and align with our brand and respect us. Yeah, so we do work really hard, all joking aside. So it's right, like you take you make relationships and some fall apart, but
it's those guys that have been doing it forever out here, girls and guys. I mean, literally, we're actually the minority out in the Hamptons. There's a lot more female realtors out there than there really are males. There's a ton. Am I wrong on that?
That's
thinking
something
I'm
I'm
wrong.
not going to get into. Like, I don't know how that's going to be perceived. I'm going to stay away.
How would that be perceived wrong?
I don't know.
I don't know. Well, see, but you can drop our air date.
Things get twisted up real quick in this world now.
All right, male, female, or anybody
I don't know.
that's out there. They've been doing this like 30 years, and they've grown up out here. Some of them have roads named after them, their families. So I mean, the roots are so deep out there that like when you got these guys coming in, and things have been done so classically different in real estate in the Hamptons. We're the first Hampton real estate show ever, reality real estate show. So, being the first of its kind and impeding into, like what he said, their kind of business they've been doing forever, their way, and now everything's turning into what we're doing right now, like podcasts, Instagram shit, all that stuff is stuff that they've never done before. So I can understand, like, who are these kids coming in with their Instagram?
Threatened a little bit because they don't know how to do it. One, they don't really see the benefits long term. They don't have much more time doing what they're doing, right? Because they've been doing it for 30, 40 years. They're going to retire soon, so they don't get it. They don't want to get it, and then they're sort of...
That makes sense. I mean, I feel like we see that in our marketplace too. Like Nassau, Suffolk, Queens. Like I think we see the same exact thing. Obviously, like we don't have a camera crew following around us, but like
we should.
It's kind of like the same thing.
Probably,
you guys get any like celebrity follows from
more
Jennifer Lopez?
I get a lot of the.
Anything good?
Wait, if I got J-Lo, I'd be like, I'm good here. Retire. Go out on top.
Hell yeah.
How'd you guys get casted into that, like the show?
So I was casted first. We had a different complete cast. I'm saying a lot of stuff that I'd never even said before on other podcasts. So
we're milking this.
Yeah. So we had a whole cast that just wasn't working. It just was. Everybody was being a little too Like I would put it fugazi. I call it, like, just fake about it. Just not so real and authentic. So we took a shot and completely recasted everybody. I was the only one that made it from the original cast. And they're like, all right, so we have to redo everything. And Mike, hopefully you can kind of help out a little bit. Couldn't really help. All I had was, I'm like, well, JB would be perfect. And then, of course, I knew he was going to make it. And they casted the rest of the members, and we went from there. I was actually found when I started in business, I was like 3 days in. I started going after all of Nest Seeker's listings. So I worked for another brokerage for 3 days. I was one of those guys. Never hopped anywhere from them. I'm not a hopper. I'm not a guy that like goes from brokerage to brokerage. But like literally I was grabbing every single builder from Nest Seeker. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to go after everything. So then I got a call from our general manager, the guy who runs the Hamptons. He's like, you need to come on with us. He's like, I love how you're just going after all our shit. It's literally how it happened. Just like, I don't care about hearing no from somebody. Then that's what I think makes us different real estate agents. Because if you can't handle no in this business, and in your business too, all of us, like, you ain't going to make it in this shit. So like, I'm fine with kind of pushing the boundaries and going for it. So that's kind of what I did. And I was able to get recognized from the brokerage. And then literally a week later after that, a CEO called me, our CEO, Eddie Shapiro. And he's just like, you don't know me, but I know you. He's so scary. He's like a Bond villain. I'm like, what does that mean? I'm like, I'm the CEO of the company, and we have a show that I can't really say where it's going to be, but think about the biggest. And I'm like, Netflix. Like, I don't know. I'm like, that's where it's on. So he's like, just I'll get back to you. And then I met with the big producers and the people from the studio, and it all worked out, man. But it took a long time. It was over a year of switching casts and finally getting the perfect cast together. And then we went about business.
I think that cast, like, I think it was really good because there was drama. It was fun. There was funny moments too. Like, it was a great cast, I feel like. I think you hit like every single point that made me addicted to the show. For the first season. So I'm excited to see the next one.
I want to hear the comparison that you have compared, like, first season watching to this next
You got to
one.
come back on the second episode.
Yeah, we'll see how things go.
They might be in LA at that point.
There might be a booking fee. No, I'm joking.
You got to be on time, though.
No,
That is
Show
like
like
a
it.
prereq.
30 minutes late.
That's a prereq.
30 minutes friggin' late coming from
To
Queens.
See, the worst time I could be late. I ran into traffic in the northern. Well, forget it. I don't want to give any excuses.
Bullshit.
But I apologize.
I don't believe it.
But no, this has been fun. Thanks again for having us.
Yeah, no, we appreciate you guys coming.
We
Definitely.
love
Do you have any
what
more
you're doing,
questions?
following
You're just wrapping it up on us?
I do have one last question, actually.
Yeah, let's do that.
So, we see what you've been doing. What are your goals for the next 5-10 years?
Start.
Yeah, I mean, I do want to do comedy.
I was going to say comedy.
Comedy's
That's
one of
true,
them.
but real estate wise,
100%. Like real estate wise, so like my wife owns a tile company, Kenko's Tile, which is like really big out here. There's
Really?
a lot of stores,
wow.
yeah. So it's a family business, and I really want to get into the building side like JB does, and just development. So I'm looking to really in the next 5 to 10 years at least own 5 different homes, that I can rent out and have that portfolio build. And then, I'm saying 5 homes. Unfortunately, it's the Hamptons, so it costs a lot of money to have 5 homes. So it's something in an affordable price range that can definitely rent out, get me a good ROI, because that's really the best investment is real estate. There's nothing like it.
Agreed.
So really just trying to pick up as many rental income properties as I can so Luca doesn't have to work one day. So that's like the biggest thing. My son and however many other kids I have going forward, and those guys got like 30 kids. So like, that's why I'm like, how are you wearing Balenciagas? You got 30 kids. I'm like, shit.
I got to come to the show.
Yeah, it shows. Yeah, it's expensive. So anyway,
what about you, JB?
So for me, I think my big love and passion in this world is sports. Again, college athlete. I watch. My girlfriend gets mad at me because I'm the guy that just has Sports Center running over and over and over again. And I like all sports. I used to work with athletes at the NHL. I would love to sort of marry the two worlds. We just started I haven't even told you this yet, a division with the Nest Seekers. It's just a sports and entertainment division. And so we're going to work specifically with agents to help procure investment opportunities, any people that want to purchase out in the Hamptons. So we'll work with athletes, and we have a couple of leads already. Been working with some athletes, Brooklyn Nets guys, a couple from the New York Rangers, things like that. So I'm going to see where that can go. There's no one that really does that in the Hamptons yet. So I saw an opening there, and I speak their language. You know, I've worked with those people. I get what their mindset is, and I think they have the money to invest it the right way. There's no one really servicing them yet. So if I can sort of marry those two worlds, I think it would be that's my biggest goal in the next 3 to 5 years. Just probably see. Hopefully, I'll be talking more about it over the next couple months. So,
Wow,
yeah,
It's amazing.
that sounds great from the both of you. That's awesome.
yeah.
But, you know, thank you guys again for coming on the show. We appreciate your time. We appreciate, you know, honestly, like the thing is a lot of people come on the show and then they change right away because they're not used to this, but like this is like nothing to you guys.
It's like we're talking. It's like we're talking off. Yeah, it's the same shit, and we're just normal guys. For you, people don't go up to him, but come up to me. I like taking selfies. I like the DMs. I'll take it all, man. It's all good. I love the attention.
Stay away from me.
But thanks again, boys, and good luck with everything. We're here every step of the way.
Yeah.
We appreciate
Appreciate
it.
it.
Appreciate
Appreciate
you
you guys.
Yeah,
Thank
we'll
you.
definitely come
Yeah,
back.
shout out to Lou.
Final
Thank
shout out
you,
to
Louie.
Lou. My man.
Thank
$1 million
Godfather.
episode. We need a Netflix deal after this, huh?
That's it.
We'll get you on next season. Yeah,
We'll get you
next
on,
season
bro.
We'll be shooting soon. So
Let's do it. All right. Thank you again. That was the newest episode of the Real Estate and Chill podcast. We'll see you next time.
peace.
Nice. That was dope. Yeah, that was awesome. That was a good episode.
Is that a good one?
That was a good one.
Awesome, guys.
That was awesome.
Thank you for tuning in to the Real Estate and Chill podcast with James Chaudhry and Kevin Iglesias. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, share this with your friends, your enemies, your mother-in-law. No, seriously, this podcast is so fucking good.